a chain place.
Nope.
So you walk in and there's four old guys sitting at the table facing the door.
Solving the issues of the world
Yeah. And greeting everybody that comes in.
by name.
Yeah, in most cases. So we went in and got the regular breakfast, and it was large.
Oh,
That's
well, with
a,
all the cowboys on the wall,
Yeah.
it's a it feeds working folks.
yeah. So it's not fancy by any means, but it's also not a chain place.
Mm-mm.
So good food, good folks, wise ass cook, of course.
Kind of standard issue, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not gonna get anything fancy.
Yeah.
You're gonna get basic American stuff.
Well, they did upgrade from the 33 and the third records to the CD
See,
players
yeah,
in the booth.
in the booths, the little tiny jukeboxes in the booths
Yeah.
now are running CDs.
And of course, somebody in there put on Elvis this morning.
Yep.
It was like, damn, I'm back in the 70s. I'm a kid again. Hey, I can do this.
Yep.
Pioneer.
Number
Three.
three. Pioneer number three.
Yeah, John, place called Pioneer number 3.
There's another one. It used to be owned by a family, and there's number 2, and I think they closed out number 1.
Yeah.
And then there's one over by McBride Steakhouse
Yeah.
on Maplewood that we're trying next. That looks a little more upscale though.
Yeah. Hey, Richard, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, we can do that, John. We'll haul you around.
Oh yeah,
But just, good old fashioned
American food.
American food. And, the age that I am, being the old fart, I can remember eating in many, many, many of those places in the 60s and 70s.
Well, let me describe something. The booths, the benches are basically built into the walls or the separating the booths. It's just the wall, and they made a ledge that they put a cushion on, and there's your bench for your booths. And you know how many of those I've sat on?
Yeah. Well, they were also done that way so you couldn't pick them up and throw them in a fight.
That point. That's a good point.
Yeah, Richard, I know you got me by a year or two. Jesse, the poor Nagas on those benches are wore slap out.
Yeah, we were laughing about the benches because there have been, like I said, these are the typical benches in whistle stop diners all over the United States in the 70s. And we were talking to the waitress, laughing at her. She walked over, picked up one of the cushions and flipped it over, and it was war slap out.
Yeah.
They just turned it over when it got too many holes and
Yeah.
people's butts were going through. They
Yeah,
just
she
turned it
said,
over.
this is the good side. Oh, they're still fighting with that install on you guys, RK. I'll be curious to see how that works out for you. You got the solar panels.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. Yeah, John, I've eaten in places like that in Louisiana where everything was picnic tables.
Oh yeah.
Family style.
There's a chain in Dallas, or the Metro Mess, that Rita loves, and she's taken me to a couple of times. And when you go and you order fried chicken,
Yeah.
they show up with a bowl of fried chicken because
Yeah.
you're sitting at a picnic table, and they put it at the head of the table, and whoever's out at the table, you grab it and pass it down.
Yeah.
Hey, look, fried chicken.
Oh, they're doing the wiring today. Oh, that's going to be fun. That'll be an all day affair doing the paneling.
If they do it
Wiring.
right. If they do it right.
Yeah.
At least all day.
Yeah, Richard, back in the day, remember the polyester pants on those damn things? You slide right out of them. Especially the little kids.
Oh yeah.
Because all the little kids get on the bench and try to slide down and thunk in the floor.
Well, I remember my granddad had a Ford F100 Ranger, the big all steel blue and white thing.
Yeah.
With the vinyl seats.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, 1970s polyester pants on kids and Ford vinyl seats,
Yeah.
not a good combination.
Also a little warm in the summer.
Oh, no kidding. Well, I knew how to handle that. We were
Yeah.
used to that.
Yeah, it's called white towels. Yeah, it's family style. That's exactly what it is, DW. Stuffin's in Amarillo. Yeah.
What?
Stuffin's barbecue in Amarillo.
Oh, Sutphen's. Yeah,
Stuffin's, Suffin's.
Sutphen's. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, Jonna. We saved you a space. Jonna was supposed to join us today, got wrapped around the axle, and so she will chime in remotely. Yeah, Jason. Polyester pants and vinyl seats are the reason that all cars require seat belts. That is not far from the truth.
I remember that old Ford F100. The air conditioner was the little corner vent windows.
Yeah.
I had to turn up high. You adjusted the angle so it
Yeah.
would bite into the slipstream and
Yeah.
blow, hot Texas air across the dashboard,
2 at 55.
which was covered in 22 shells and or 22 ammunition and 12 gauge shotgun shells.
Satin jeans, RK.
That had to be a girl thing.
Yeah, it had to be. I've never. Yeah. No, I don't even. I don't even remember the girls wearing those.
I wore cotton shorts overseas and cotton pants, jeans mostly, a lot of jeans.
Yeah.
Then we got here and wore polyester. So, ugh. 1970s polyester has a feel that I just don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh, RK made them herself. And Nancy's doesn't breathe and retains odors. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Big on the doesn't breathe.
Just says insert Saturday Night Fever gif here. Yeah, Nancy, the Navy actually had to prohibit people from wearing polyester in engine rooms on ships.
Yeah, because you don't want it melting and sticking to you.
Well, they had a guy that happened to at Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah,
was out
I know.
there.
I know.
Yeah.
Remember, I forget what the hell it was made out of. My dad really favored speed suits.
Yeah.
The 1970s jumpsuits / coveralls.
Oh, yeah.
With the elastic belt, the
Yeah.
built-in elastic belt. He really liked those because they weren't polyester, I think.
Yeah. John says centuries from now, every archaeologist will think it's religious wear. Yeah, because it'll still be hanging around on a closet rail somewhere.
Sweet, with a circle of dead bugs below it.
Jason, the only way you could set it on polyester on fire from the friction was if you were a large person and they did squeak.
There's something about the feel of polyester that I couldn't stand.
Yeah. Yeah, Nomex, God, how many years have I spent in Nomex?
Yes, this is a pink shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
With T-Rexes.
Yeah, RK's already picked up on that.
With T-Rexes.
Yeah.
Small arms dealers.
Yeah, Nomex underwear was always fun.
Nomex underoos.
What was even worse was when you were a wet crewman, so you had to wear a wetsuit under your flight suit.
Why?
Because if you had to go in the water, you had to have some measure of flotation and protection.
Ah, gotcha.
Which is great until you're in Georgia in the summer.
That's a quick way to lose 20 pounds.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That you didn't have to spare anyway.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Cotton long johns. I've still got a pair. I've got at least one pair of Nomex underwear somewhere in the bedroom.
Yeah, polypropylene somewhere, but
yeah,
for all being the new hotness,
yeah,
polypropylene thermal underwear just really didn't beat out wool just much at all.
Where does Ian get those wonderful shirts? He's got a little lady that gets them for him.
Yep.
I, on the other hand, have to go buy mine. Or actually, I have a closet full of them from years of being in and out of Hawaii all the time.
Rita has a nose for Hawaii shirts I might like, and
Yeah.
she picks them up for me.
Hey, Steph, you're not late. Silk is the best for warmth, yes. Silk is also expensive as hell.
Merino wool, for me, merino wool, a good merino wool beats out silk.
Ouch. Ow, koala. You tripped on her face because the kids pushed toys under the rug.
Wow,
Yeah, Dawn, you don't understand. Baby layers don't work in the military.
baby layers. Is that when you pile babies on?
No, she says layers, baby, layers.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no, you don't do that because I cannot imagine being on shipboard and having the mangler get a hold of a pair of silk underwear.
Well,
You might get strings back.
I learned my first winter in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Um, I spent 2 whole paychecks because I wasn't making all that much.
Yeah.
At patrol in the Texas Panhandle in 1990, the winter of 93, 94. I learned really quick, drove into Calendar's, bought 2 sets of high quality merino wool long pants and 2 sets of turtlenecks.
Yeah.
And I layered like a son of a gun.
Yeah. Oh, Richard, training mop suit, sweat, stink.
Oh, geez.
Turn it in and get laundered, and the charcoal foam lining leaks out. Yeah.
Oh, well, you couldn't get them wet. Charcoal would, as soon as you started sweating, the charcoal would come loose.
Yeah.
But I'd have that merino wool and flannel lined Wrangler jeans. Wrangler was making flannel lined jeans there for a while. And flannel lined jeans and wool socks and insulated ropers. And I'd have that wool top and a flannel shirt. No, I'd have another sweater under that and then a flannel shirt. And then I had my dad's old denim, Sherpa denim, Wrangler denim jacket. That was, once you got everything properly, that was the warmest thing I had.
Yeah. Yeah, RK, you could get away with silk long johns. Guys, not so much.
Ain't nobody else going to see them. If I could have found silk long johns that were as warm as the merino wool, I'd have worn those. I couldn't find any. It was the Texas Panhandle.
Germany and Norway, she said they were wearing their training mop suits over winter gear for extra warmth.
Mm-hmm. And there were a couple of times when the blizzards had come through that I would hie myself down to the store, buy a set of eggs, and those went on under the merino wool.
Yeah. Fleece leggings wearing under marching uniform. That's an interesting thought.
Didn't have fleece leggings back in the 90s.
Yeah, the rubber Mickey Mouse boots. Yeah.
Inflatable rubber Mickey Mouse boots.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that people used to, you afraid your gun's going to freeze?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid it's going to freeze. I know it's going to freeze.
Yeah, Jason says, hey, pantyhose work for Joe Theismann.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who I got the idea from.
Yeah, I can remember pantyhose playing football.
Yep. That's the football team is who I got the idea from. And they got it from Joe Theismann.
Yeah.
By God, it works.
Yep.
But I would be out in, I'd have my pistol or my shotgun outside of all the warm stuff so I could get to it if I needed to.
Yeah.
I would run around at -20, happy as a clam at high tide. I go into dispatch. Well, dispatcher's got the furnace cranked up in a small room where everybody's breathing. And I walk in there and that, -20 Ruger would collect a, condensation.
Yeah.
I'd go back out and freeze solid. I remember rolling up on a vehicle versus cow and needing to do the needful on a cow, and I couldn't rack the slide on my Mossberg because it frozen up.
Yeah. Yeah, DW says we had a guy who wore them when it was above 20 degrees, and he screwed his feet up for the rest of his life. Yep.
Oh,
the bunny boots, Mickey Mouse boots.
Why? Those things didn't actually work, near as I could tell.
Some people claim they did.
Yeah.
The best ones I ever saw were the bunny boots that we got out of the Canadians, which
I,
worked well in Iceland. And
the one time I had to go up where it got cold when I was in the military, um, a Swedish scout buddy of mine said, "Here, wear these," and gave me some Swedish Army issue polar boots. God bless him.
Soros, yeah, those were the ones. Yeah, I've actually got a pair of the Sorels out in the garage in my winter gear bag, which I'm afraid I may need to break out again
No
this
kidding.
year.
Apparently, we're going to have a carbon copy of last year.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that ERCOT hadn't done a damn thing about
No.
toughening the.
Ooh. DW knew a guy who survived breaking up a fight between two gangs because the firing pin froze on a scatter gun. Ew.
Well,
That was cold.
Yeah. I had my Mossberg. I bailed out of the car and tried to run the slide so I could whack the cow.
Yeah.
And I thought, do I, is it? Did I somehow leave it cocked with an empty chamber?
Yeah.
And hit the slide release, and it went free. And it's
Yeah.
like, nope, nope. So I mortared it and broke him. The snow coming out of the action after I mortared it on 287 was fairly impressive.
Ooh. Yeah, koala. My cold place was Tui, Greenland, 60 below ambient, 105 below wind chill. And they had you out at minus 43 shoveling snow because you were off PRP. That's interesting.
You pissed somebody off.
Well, in the old days, PRP, if you were any kind of injury and any kind of medication, you were off PRP.
You were on profile. Huh? You were on profile. We called it on profile.
Yeah,
yeah. On profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, shaving profiles and you had all sorts of medical profiles and stuff you couldn't do. And not a one of them mentioned anything about sweeping sand off of the parade field.
RK is laughing. Electrician just noticed spousal units home built or oranger on the porch. Interesting conversation out there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and Koala says, I ran over the colonel with a rug cleaner. Accidentally on purpose, of course. Yeah, DMZ in February was not a warm place to be either.
I didn't expect Amarillo. I didn't expect the Texas Panhandle to be that damn cold in the winter.
Yeah. Well, Misawa, Japan was kind of interesting. Still is. It's a little farming community in northern Japan, but it's also a military base. Actually, a World War II zero base, as a matter of fact. And it has heated runways.
Okay.
Which are nice for jets, narrow wingspan.
Oh.
Not so much for P3s.
Oh.
When you get 6 feet of snow, no. What you do is you start the inboards, feather the outboards, taxi very slowly, watching the props cut through the ice and hoping to hell they're not hitting anything solid in there. You get to the runway, then you start the outboards, wait to see if there's any vibration, then you take off. Touchscreens, no, touchscreens don't work at 20 below zero.
I wouldn't know.
I can also tell you that touchscreens at 60 below, if somebody punches them, will shatter like somebody hit it with a sledgehammer.
Again, wouldn't know.
I do. We had to use 5 heaters on pre-flight in Tui, 1 in each wheel well, and 2 in the aft service centers for 4 hours to get the airplane warm enough that we could actually start turning shit on without breaking the off-on switches.
Wow.
Yeah, Chitosi. Oh, God. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, you'll get a laugh out of this, DW. We went up there. We had a Honda Civic back when it was a box. This was in 76. Yeah, 76. the little square Honda Civic box with the 3-cylinder with a shift in the dash. And we were driving from Misawa to Chitose, and we rolled that son of a bitch.
How the hell did you manage that?
Yeah, it was a little slicker than we thought going around a curve.
Yeah, well, that'll do it.
So it popped all 4 side windows out. And we climbed out, flipped the damn thing back over, got back in it, and went on to Chitose. Never did find the 4 side windows. Drove that car the rest of the deployment and sold it for $50.
It's generally what you did.
Yeah.
Well, in other news, we find ourselves as of last night in yet another anthology.
Yes.
The local library, little town library, has decided that they need some exposure.
Yeah.
And despite being reminded that exposure is what you die of,
Yeah.
They want to. Libraries everywhere are having a bit of a hard time right now.
Yeah.
So the little town library is going to publish a anthology of local writers.
Well, or whoever else we can drag into it.
They're going to be local. We're in Texas. They're 4 hours away. They're local.
Yeah. 6 hours away. They're still local.
And I looked at the lady that proposed this. Asked when it was due because I could see the train of fate coming my way, and she said, we need the story by April. I said, oh, thank God. I said, I can't do it. I'll be hip deep in my own anthology. Oh, we'll set it back to July then. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, and it's going to be about haunted libraries.
Yeah,
so it's a benefit. So the writers are going to get nothing out of this, other than the exposure.
What you die of when you get paid.
But if you've got an interesting story about a haunted library, let us know and we'll get you added to the list.
Yeah, it's the library. The library needs more people to know it's there.
And Dawn is ducking.
You still owe me a Malta story. I don't. This is one of the things that it's a really good little library.
Yeah,
it really is, and they do things. They do the right things.
Yeah.
So I don't have an issue with doing a benefit for the library.
Yeah, they do a lot of kids programs.
They have a hell of a Christmas display.
Yeah. And Don's going, I'm researching all of that. Okay, RK, you just signed yourself up for a haunted library story.
Yeah, you're in.
Doesn't have to be this library.
A random haunted library. It's all because the library up here is allegedly haunted, and the two actual library employees that were there last night, both swear that they've seen ghosts.
Yeah.
And given the history, I can well believe that it is in fact haunted.
Oh yeah. I still would love to see Quanah Parker ride that horse up the stairs, though.
Yes. Well, like I said, he was Comanche. If he was one of those little Indian war ponies.
Yeah. It could have made that turn.
Comanche, the Comanches were some of the finest horsemen God ever stuck his little green dirt ball.
Yeah.
So I can see him getting, if it's his favorite war pony, he can get that horse up those stairs. Now getting it back down, I don't know. I don't know a horse likes to go downstairs.
No. They don't even like to go down hills where they can see everything.
I would guarantee you that Quanah Parker was about 8 sheets to the wind before that. Yeah. This was one of Burke Burnett's old houses.
Whatever you want it to be, Don.
What?
Dawn's still griping about.
Oh.
She's doing research. I'm using an actual real life ghost. So.
It does. No, for the Malta anthology, it does not have to be ghosts. That's just the title. All it has to do is involve the island or the people of Malta.
There's some good ghost stories in Malta, though.
There ought to be. It's 7,000 years worth of somebody getting their butt kicked.
Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be a real life ghost story. You can make up your own ghost. At least one story is going to involve haunted books in the library. which is going to be interesting.
I'm still trying to work through the other two anthologies, three anthologies that I've now got four. Bloody hell.
And we do have an anthology coming out in 2 weeks.
Three Ravens.
Sci-fi world settled by Mongolian horsemen and Cheyenne tribesmen.
That would have been really interesting.
Actually, I've kind of got that in, not the Mongols, but I've got the Cheyenne in the Rimworld.
Cheyenne or Comanche?
Comanche. But close enough for government work.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to
I forget who said
plug them back into that story.
I forget who said that the Comanche were the finest light horsemen he'd ever seen. Well, there was a military, highly respected military, European or Western military, that said that the Comanche were the finest light horsemen the world ever seen.
Oh, no. Go ahead, write it. Haunted library plus museum plus ghost. Ghost animated taxidermy 2-headed calf.
5,000, 8,000 words.
Yep.
Hit it.
Do it. That is a weird looking little calf. That's the only one I've ever seen taxied.
Yeah.
They do happen every once in a while.
But no, like I said, it's one of Burke Burnett's old houses.
Yeah.
I think his son Tom Burnett took it over.
Yeah.
And got donated to Littletown, and they turned it into a library. And it's a nice little library. And the folks running it are good folks.
Yeah.
And actually, I think they're a hell of a Christmas display. Woo! They got a hell of a Christmas display.
And they've got pictures of the original furnishings in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stack of 8 by 10 photographs, probably 3 inches thick.
But they do stuff on the library lawn. And
yeah. Ghost 2-headed calf. I can just see that.
That could be done. I'm not going there, so
yeah.
Somebody else can write that one. I'm up to my godads and gators as it is. One at a time. One at a time.
Koala, sometimes these days the service industry is not service. She's got a propane truck sitting in the drive for 20 minutes trying to figure out if I want them to fill a tank after she asked them to fill a tank.
Wow. Well, we were listening at the cafe this morning. We were listening to some folks. Well, 2 sets. Yeah. The ladies behind Jim were bitching because they couldn't get anybody to work their store.
Yeah.
And then the waitresses were griping because they couldn't get any wait staff that would stay.
Yeah. A couple of them, I think, had been there since the place opened.
That one had.
Yeah.
Sit down. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Lady Lark. It is a neat building.
Oh yeah, it's a house.
Yeah.
It's a house that's been repurposed, and you can tell. But they've got my books on the shelves.
Yeah.
They're an honest to God old-fashioned library. There's no politics. Everybody's got books on the shelves.
Yeah. So if we have any authors out there that want to get books into a library, feel free to bring them or send them up here, and we'll get them added to the library.
Yeah, the library will happily put them on the shelves.
Yeah, good service people have all had enough and aren't looking for work.
Well, it's in a lot of places it still pays more not to work than does to work.
Yeah. You know, and I really feel sorry for that trooper and many of the others out there.
Oh,
in Washington. And,
kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He signed off there for 22 years as a Washington State Trooper. Said, "This is my last sign off, and Jay Inslee can kiss my ass."
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's for now till YouTube pulls it. The dispatcher does the traditional answer, and I mean apparently didn't even blink.
Yeah. Yeah, koala. Yeah, that's true. If it was .gov, you'd be waiting for 6 years. Port of Los Angeles Union Port Workers. Yeah, that's turning into a bigger cluster.
Have you seen the shipping numbers for Port of Galveston and Port of Houston?
Yes.
Holy
going
gosh.
through the roof. Houston's going 24 hours a day.
I think Port of Galveston is too. And
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Port of Galveston's a second tier port.
Yeah.
And nobody cares.
Yeah, get them in, get them off, and get them moving. And there is a company in South Texas that's paying drivers $14,000 a week to come in and drag stuff out of the port. Got to have your own truck and 2 years of CDL experience. Yeah.
Well, I was reading one truck driver who wanted to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation at one of the California ports. He said there were two crane operators there. There were multiple cranes, only two crane operators, and the crane operators would only work one at a time.
Yeah.
Each one was sitting in a separate crane, so two cranes were occupied, but they only work one at a time.
Yeah.
And if they decided if they got a case the ass at you, they made you wait.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, Richard, the rest of the story on the Dunkin' Donuts place in Maryland,
What?
It was in a bad section of town. The one that went out of donuts was in a bad section of town, and the drivers would not deliver without a premium for hazard pay to go into that section of town.
Oh wow.
Yep, that's up by DC.
We're starting to see some empty shelves here.
Yeah.
I'm saying that gasoline in tiny town is currently $2.99 a gallon.
Yeah.
2.99.
Well, the premium, when I filled up yesterday, premium was $3.99.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Yeah, DW, like AB5 kill trucking. Plus
kill trucking in California. They didn't kill anywhere else.
But between that and the green policies of no trucks over in 2010 and all the other crap.
Well, California, those idiots voted for it. I realize everybody tells me don't knock all California. There's conservatives. Y'all voted for it.
Yeah, Josh. Horror story to Pryor Mill and LEO. Donut shop out of donuts. Aviator's breakfast. Donut, cup of coffee, and a cigarette. All right, let's go. Kick tires, light fires, first one.
You know how many 6:30 a.m. breakfasts in a squad car was 2 glazed donuts and a giant cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Maybe why I'm diabetic right now.
Yeah,
and that would be the only thing I get to eat for 8 hours.
No, that would not be a good idea to give all military a CDL. No. God, no.
Back in the 80s, the 88 Mike, MLS 88 Mike, which was truck driver, I think that was truck driver. 88 Mikes actually during their AIT learned to drive a 40-ton truck, which is 18-wheeler. The 88 Mikes that were in our motor pool scared the crap out of me.
I've seen military people try to drive large trucks. No.
Some of those boys, okay, I'm a truck driver. I'm sure you are, but you just wrecked a deuce and a half.
Yeah.
You don't get behind a 40-ton.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to have a special license to drive tugs to move airplanes around for a reason. And not everybody could get those for a reason.
For driving the M3, I had to have a military driver's license, which was stupid because it was a card with no ID on it. It had my name and a handwritten what I was allowed to drive, up to and including the water heater, the immersion water heater. Because I wound up on KP for being stupid one time, and I had to get trained how to use the immersion water heater, and they marked it on my military driver's license, which was really kind of squirrely.
I was certified to drive tugs, start carts, jet start carts, high lifters, lifesters. What else? 15-passenger van, 24-passenger bus, and 40-passenger bus.
Quarter-ton Jeep, Cup V. Remember the Cup V?
Yeah.
The first gen Humvee, 2.5, the deuce and a half, the 5-ton, the what was that tracked ammo vehicle? Tracked ammo vehicle, the M3, and that bloody Hemet. Of all of them, that friggin' Hemet was the worst one. because the cab, you're actually sitting forward and midline with the front steering tire.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought the Humvee was bad because you couldn't see either of your fenders.
Yeah.
So you were always running over something in the Humvee. Hemet, when you started turning,
Yeah.
you weren't ready to turn yet, because here you are in the cab of the Hemet, and you're already out in the intersection.
Yeah.
Before you switched,
and the front wheels haven't even made it to the intersection.
The front wheels haven't got to the turning point yet. Friggin' hated that Hemet.
Getting detailed to drive 44 passenger bus to drive trainees to the off-post rec center. Oh, jeez. RK says I could drive an APC and do drive a 36-foot Class A RV. Yes, and you do a nice job of that thing. But no, I wouldn't want to see you in a semi either. Although I know some women that are semi drivers.
Oh yeah. Especially now that, and I'm not knocking the distaff side of the species, but the older Freightliners and Peterbilts,
yeah,
it needed some upper body strength.
Oh yeah. Well, there was no power steering. And Koala says, they let me unsupervised with the computer. My military license let me drive everything. Sure.
Well,
damn admin people.
I went the yearly weapons qualification.
Oh.
And the military weapons qualification just hacked me off. So I would always wait till the end.
Yeah.
And so, it would be just, everybody that couldn't get out of it and had to be dragged up there.
Yeah.
Which is how I wound up, because it's like, the end of the day, they don't want to turn the stuff in. Hey, Staff Sergeant, want to get qualified on a Dragon?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Get over here. I'm qualified on a Dragon.
Yeah. DW says 2 words, Gamma Goat.
Oh, yes. I was qualified for Gamma Goat. I drove that once. My kidneys never forgave me. I hate Gamma Goats.
Yeah.
Gamma Goats suck. That's why I couldn't remember it, as I tried to wipe that thing from my memory.
Oh. Okay, says DW, you just caused the spousal unit to shudder in horror again.
The Gamma Goat? Yeah, there's a reason for that. Gamma Goat was a piece of crap. There's a video of a LAPES, low altitude parachute extraction system.
Oh, the Gamma Goat running off into the woods forever.
And what happens
that was the only time I ever saw one of those son bitches go straight.
For any length of time,
yeah.
Yes. What happens on a LAPES is your cargo aircraft comes in real low. We're talking knocking bunnies over low.
Yeah.
And they'll drop the back ramp, and a parachute comes out, and then the parachute snatches whatever you want extracted, and it's mounted on pallets and crush pads. And there's this beautiful, absolutely glorious living color of this something, C-130, I think, coming in.
Yeah, C-130.
And the chute comes out, and it snatches this pallet with Gamma Goat on it off, and the Gamma Goat breaks the straps and takes off for the horizon.
Yeah.
And it is going. And everybody I know of was waving bye-bye.
Yeah.
Keep going, little goat. Keep going.
Jason says, Texas and other states waive the fees for CDL licenses and registration. We could steal every truck on the West Coast in a matter of 2 weeks. Yeah, probably.
Well, knowing Texans in probably 48 hours. But
yeah,
okay.
DW says, Gamma Goats had 125 blue points, if I remember correctly.
I don't know, because my ears are ringing so bad after driving one for 4 hours down the highway with foamies and earmuffs, and my ears were still ringing when I was done.
Oh, and Dawn just got screwed. She made the mention to one of her coworkers about the ghost story, and the coworker said, "Ghost two-headed calf."
Get her done.
Bring it, Dawn.
Get her done. That's the great thing about living in the 21st century. You can email that stuff.
Yeah. DW says he knew a medic from 82nd who claimed they bribed the riggers to screw up the chute so they could get rid of a goat.
God bless them.
Yeah, that might have been the one that got away. Either that or one of the ones that pancaked on landing.
Oh, I remember it was DZ Sicily,
I
think, at Benning. watching oh, what the hell was that short-barreled tracked abomination that fired the copperhead guided missile out of the tube? Sheridan, I think, but don't quote me on that. I've watched one of those that drops on Sicily. Watch this dot. And the dot was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and nothing green was popping out.
Oops.
And I watched that thing bury itself up to the hatch. And I asked the engineer, now what? He said, we cover it over and keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard says 5 4-ton truck. Cab cover, windshield side support. Right even with the temple. Open door, slam head into it because you forgot to duck. Yeah, we had one of those on our brush rig in Florida with the fire department. And it was an old military tanker truck. And I have scars, and probably every other guy that's ever drove that truck had scars right across here from hitting that freaking edge of that door.
I remember one of the things I still do is that the Army taught me was you flip the power switch, you wait for the orange light to go out.
Yeah.
And I still do that. I'll insert the key, turn it, and wait for the beeping to, the buzzing to stop before I start the engine. And Buckscoffin County, first one I worked for, got a Korea era ambulance for use as a SWAT vehicle out of DRMO.
Oh yeah.
And the sheriff's wife was bitching because it won't start. They were going to use it during snow because our caprices were crap on snow. And it won't start. I said, you wait for the buzzer to stop? It won't start. So I drove over to her house and turned the switch, waited for the orange light to go out, fired up like a charm.
Yeah. Oh, no, Josh. We're not doing the hunting anthology. Y'all can give up on that shit.
No, I've got enough anthologies. No.
Yeah.
Bugger the hunting anthology for a lark. Not gonna happen.
Oh God. RK says there's an underground
y'all have fun with that.
Yeah. I pity anybody would have to listen to all these things.
We've been doing this for over a year. We do it an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Twice a week. So it's 2 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, over say, call it 62 weeks.
Yeah, give or take.
Y'all have fun with that.
Yeah.
That's listening to a whole bunch of filler.
Yeah.
Because I hate to tell you all this, there's a lot of filler in these.
Ooh.
What?
Was that? I'm trying to remember, Richard. Certain crypto system had an interface shelf, red power switch, failure to sync light was green. Yes.
Singars.
Now there's an older one than Singars, but yeah, Singars was the same freaking way.
Frickin' hate Singars.
Oh, failure to sync was green. How the frick?
Yeah, it was Singars.
Yeah.
And a failure to sync meant you got no more messages.
Yeah.
And you could fail to sync by getting a radio traffic going under an overpass or around a hill. Because it somehow, I don't know how it kept, you had to match the number of transmissions and the number sent and number of transmissions received.
Yeah.
And the numbers didn't match. The receiving guy couldn't hear anything else.
Yeah. Try it in an airplane sometime.
No, bad enough in track.
Yeah.
Here I am hauling butt because M3s, you know what you call it, M3, standing still in the middle of the airline battle in the 80s and 90s? A target.
Yeah.
So we were always moving and go around a radio antenna or under an overpass the time that transmission was coming in, and we'd be in a radio dead zone, and TALK would read up 48 messages and we'd read up 47, and we couldn't hear anything else till when we didn't, and we wouldn't even know the damn thing was down until somebody on the clear.
Yeah.
Hey, 3-1, are you reading?
Yeah.
Are you synced? Hell no.
Yeah. Well, the problem was the airplane. Red is not a good idea in an airplane, especially at night when you have red light.
Oh, it blends in.
It blends in.
Okay.
KW7 was what we had, Richard. You had that damn T-Sec multiplexer. We had a KW7. Try flying under an overpass. Uh, yeah, we've had people do that, Koala.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge more than once. Sometimes even on purpose.
And apparently a bad idea to do.
Yeah. Difficult anthology about the difficulty of putting together an anthology. Yeah, all that'd be as much four-letter words thrown together.
I could write a program that would write that.
Yeah.
List of four-letter words, insert randomly. 5,000 words. There you go. There's your short story.
Well, you'd have to do it in at least 5 languages.
I am not. Yeah, the multi-anthology is going to be great.
Yeah.
But it's also my first ever doing one.
Yeah.
And it's, what?
You can have it.
Oh.
We'll see if his hair turns gray.
Oh, it's already going blonde.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's already going blonde. Since I'm a redhead, I go blonde.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard. Female Hispanic, 3-letter crypto voice filter. Oh, yes. We learned that with the stews. For my sins, I ended up helping test the new stews back a few years ago. And high-pitched female voices, yeah, did not work.
Turret whine has destroyed my high-range hearing. And high-pitched female voices. And Rita's a soprano.
Yeah.
And she's soprano alto. And that's what she sings. And I get as close as I can to the stage when she's up because that's the only way I can hear her.
Yeah.
Because the high-pitched soprano alto voices just, it's a dog whistle.
Yeah, Richard, there have been a number of photographs of different places from strange angles, shall we say, with airplanes.
Oh, yeah.
There is one that is apparently actually documented of a P-51 that flew through the Triumph, chasing a German.
No.
That boy had to put up the thing on the side and stomp on a rudder to make that happen.
No, that's no. I don't want the German that badly.
Oh God, no use cax. No, never again. I've done enough of that crap over the years.
Well, you have Jim Curtis, J.L. Curtis, also old NFO, is the one in the
that'd be me
in the plain shirt, and you have Ian McMurtry, aka Law Dog, in the slightly more festive shirt.
Yeah.
With the small arms dealer.
Yeah. Yes, RK, getting the two biggest issues. One is getting inputs. Well, actually, there are 3. Getting inputs, getting a release signed, and the different friggin' formats. When you do an anthology and you say MS Word and you get 6 different frickin' formats, it's frustrating, to put it mildly.
Q10 as my word processing program because I can, any document printed in Q10, there's a selection. You do it DocX, you can do it ODT, you can do it, and there's a selection of what will download into a format for you. But the interesting thing is, on any anthology, you can bet that between 10 and 20% of your invited authors will bail on you.
Yeah.
That will not produce a story in time.
Yeah. Yeah, DW. We've had that chat about why neither one of us can hear a damn thing.
Yeah. Turret wine.
And my editor checks in with formats, fonts, punctuation styles. Yes, dear. I fail miserably at all of those anyway.
Oh, Lord.
Uh,
DocX is becoming my general all around. Everyone takes DocX.
Yeah. Yeah, Koala, I'd be perfectly happy with DOS. At least I don't have to run that friggin' program.
And I think somebody was raising cornbread hell because he got 9 documents in DocX and 1 in PDF.
Yeah.
Really? You submitted a story in PDF?
Some people require it in PDF. Why? I don't know.
PDF, seriously?
Yeah.
I hate PDF.
Now, Josh, if we're going to go back that far to DOS, I wanted DR DOS, the old stuff that actually worked. And yes, single space, even though us old farts, we're taught double space on the typewriter.
It's automatic.
Yeah.
Period. It's
Yeah.
automatic.
Oh God, we're perfect 5.1. Oh, that brings back nightmares.
Q10. It's free and it works like a charm.
Yeah, back in the day, WordPerfect 5.1 was the new professional software.
When I first started writing, the word processor was a keyboard with a EEPROM with a dedicated. I remember that in 1985, the first ever word processor I used, the first story I ever wrote, which nobody will ever read, was done on this little black keyboard thing with a little LCD screen, and it would thermal print onto typewriter paper.
Yeah.
Somewhere I've got a steamer trunk full of stories that I've either handwritten in notebooks or written on that piece of crap word processor.
Yeah, the reason that I hated 5.1 was back in the day when you did reports, you had to do them in 5.1. And working on classified computer, you had a classified hard drive that you had to put in and out of the machine.
Okay.
Couldn't stay in there all the time. 132-page report and friggin' 5.1 locked up halfway through. It corrupted the file that I was working on. It corrupted the friggin' file on the hard drive. And it corrupted the backup file.
I'm good.
Took me 3 days to go back in and retype that son of a bitch. And I was a day late getting it in. Plus, it cost me a weekend.
I wish I had found, because it was a keyboard and it had a little bitty, maybe 3x5 LCD window.
Oh, that was a tech writer. They're still around.
Well, this was state of the art in 1985.
Yeah, called a tech writer.
And I wrote so much, and the ink tape, the little cassettes, and shoot, they made their money off cassettes. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
I got that as a graduation present, and I used the first cassette tape within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I had to buy another one.
Electric typewriter with a correction ribbon. Oh, that's cheating stuff.
It's electric.
Yeah.
That's all I learned to type on was an IBM electric.
There is one thing I want to raise an issue about. Pisses me off.
Just one?
Yeah. Well, it has come to light or darkness, depending on your point of view. And the media has now been forced to cover it, not by choice. The flights in the middle of the fucking night.
Oh, the unaccompanied minors being dropped off in New York?
Oh, not just New York. They were forced to recognize it because they got caught. But 2 flights landing after 9 p.m. in Westchester County, New York, which is the biz hub for New York City, they're met with buses and poof, they're gone. And these are unaccompanied minors, maybe a few adults. They're estimating over 2,000 of them have been flown in to that county, that airport in the last month. The Coast Guard was caught on video landing down in Rio Grande Valley at night, multiple C-130s. They were shoving refugees, Haitians on them, and the flights would disappear. No flight plan. All in the middle of the night.
They're doing a lot of stuff on the sneak. I'll give them that. And they're not doing it on the sneak well.
No.
Whoever taught them how to sneak
Yeah.
sucked at their job.
Okay, arcade, just rub it in. Warmed up at 55 words per minute on a manual typewriter. Yeah, I can believe the NCO said, "Go away, you passed."
Yeah, get out. Yeah, I learned on an IBM Selectric.
Yeah. I learned on a friggin' Underwood typing class that had been typed on for 30 friggin' years by high school students.
I don't know if the keys came, if it was a train typewriter with the blank keys or just so many
So it had been used.
so many teenage digits had just
Yeah.
worn the big hell of a way to learn how to type.
Yeah. Well, I can remember,
I've forgotten every bit of it, but
there was a big poster up in the front with a QWERTY keyboard on it. Everybody typed looking at it because there was nothing readable on any of the keys on those old typewriters. Type too fast, it locks up. Yeah. Now, Richard, they fly them in and out at night. They could try sneaking in.
I need to see if I can find that old word processor.
Yeah, DW says, took a typing test at Goodfellow. They said passing was 24 words per minute. And at that point, it was marked on a page. He said, I got there and stopped. Hell, Josh, if we could spell our name right and do the quick brown fox jumped over the moon.
Quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Or jumped over the lazy dog, yeah.
Sphinx of black quartz, judge my vow.
Yeah, that got us a passing grade for that class. Now I'm pissed. 120 words per minute. Crap.
Yeah, and at my best, I was 60 something words, I think.
Must be nice. I never get over 30.
But these days it might be 20.
Yeah.
I've developed a whole lot of bad habits.
Yeah.
I mean, typing class is one of the few things that kept my interest enough that I did straight A's in it.
I'm with you, Chuck. I don't even think at 120 words a minute. Oh, Wallace says, don't worry, all those poor children were sent to fully vetted and totally not trafficked individuals. Yeah.
Oh, I got so embarrassed last night.
Catholic Charities is the one that is doing a lot of this. Catholic Charities, back in the day, was a good charity. It was very church oriented. It helped people in local communities.
That idiot bishop in Amarillo.
One of many.
Yeah. That idiot bishop in Amarillo flooded Amarillo with refugees.
Yeah. Well, it all started with Mariel Boat Lift, really. That was when Catholic Charities started going off the rails.
I guess.
Yeah.
I just know that, and I'm guessing he did it out of the goodness and charity of his heart.
Yeah.
But I think Alma told me that the Amarillo school system speaks something like 60 languages.
Yeah.
Because that dumbass didn't see anybody that was quote unquote refugee that he didn't want to welcome into Amarillo.
Yeah. Well, and on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time. So
oh my God, we have.
We will quit and go away. We'll be back on Thursday at the usual time, maybe with some other people showing up.
We'll see.
So y'all have a good day. Make sure you buy your bacon before it runs out. Remember,
buy beef now because beef is only getting worse.
I think it would be faster than audio input to me than reading. Yeah.
That's what it was. I was fixing one more thing. I got embarrassed last night because they do this 50-word writing prompts.
Yeah.
Where they give you a sentence and you need to write 50 words just riffing off the sentence. And the lady that does it pointed at me and said, you have to actually write it this time. And I didn't realize or remember that she gave me a sentence last month and I gave her 50 words verbally right then.
Yeah.
She gave me the sentence and I finished it with 50 words. I don't remember doing that.
You did.
I wish she hadn't pointed it out.
All right, folks, remember, be safe. Don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't sweat the sweaty stuff.
We'll
see you later. Bye.
Okay.